The room was silent, the kind of silence that feels heavy. And then a voice. Jonathan Roumie. When you surrender everything, you gain everything. The words hung in the air. Not loud, not forced, but alive. They carried weight, the kind of weight that reaches past your ears and straight into your chest. For a moment, no one moved. No one even breathed. Because sometimes, a single sentence can feel like a storm. Was it just a quote? Or was it something more? A doorway into truth? But here's the thing about inspiration. It doesn't arrive when you're ready. It strikes when you're weak, when you're tired, when you're just about to give up. Jonathan Roumie. Faith is not about knowing the outcome. It's about trusting the one who does. People leaned in. Their hearts fought between doubt and belief. Because trust demands surrender. And surrender feels like loss. A young man in the crowd whispered to himself, "But what if I can't let go?" Jonathan, calm but steady. "Then let God hold what you can't." That was the tension, the conflict within every soul listening. A fight between fear and faith, between control and surrender, between despair and hope. And then came the breaking point, the words that cut through every defense. Jonathan Roumie, you were not born by accident. You were placed here, in this moment, with purpose. Even in your pain, you are seen. Even in your silence, you are heard. The room shifted. Tears welled. Some turned away, ashamed of their weakness. Others leaned forward, desperate to catch every syllable. A woman whispered, "He's speaking to me." And maybe he was. Maybe he always was. Because when truth is spoken, it never lands in just one heart. It spreads like fire. It ignites what was once cold. Jonathan, don't confuse brokenness with uselessness. God builds his strongest warriors out of shattered pieces. Silence again. But this time it wasn't heavy. It was holy. Later, as people walked away, they weren't the same. Something had shifted. Not everything was fixed. Not every burden was gone. But something was lit. A spark. A flame. A whisper of courage that hadn't been there before. Jonathan Roumie. Hope isn't pretending that life is perfect. Hope is believing that God is working, even when life is not. Those who heard it carried it with them. Into their homes. Into their struggles. Into their quiet nights when doubt came knocking again. And maybe that's the true power of words like his. Not that they solve every problem, but that they remind you you are not alone in them. And so the story ends, not with applause, not with triumph, but with something deeper. A seed planted, a fire kindled, a reminder whispered in the heart of every listener. Jonathan Roumie, you are loved. You are chosen. You are never forgotten. And maybe that's enough to keep going.